Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Toku, Boston and Billingham's only podcast about Godzilla, Gamera, Ultraman, and all of their kaiju friends. I am your host, David.
I'm Brian.
And we are joined once again by friend of the show, Siobhan. Hi, Siobhan.
I'm a little bit stoned.
That's okay. We got some really great feedback on your time on the show last time from other friend of the show, Lingle. So we just had to get you back on this.
Thank you.
This time.
Wait, I didn't even see. What did Lingle
Thank
say?
you for that.
Oh, you're gonna make me
who
go.
is this person?
Jacob Lingle, head of Kaiju
Jacob.
United.
Jacob, thank you very much.
I gotta scroll back because I talked
to be here. Honored,
I talked to Lingle
really.
a lot, so I gotta.
Absolutely honored.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, okay, here we go. By the way, Siobhan killed that podcast episode. I think having a third was really great. Are they a kaiju fan or just in it for the Meg Mondays?
Oh, you guys, I'm a huge kaiju fan now after Pacific Rim.
Could be a really great reoccurring guest. I said she's on her way, always been interested in it, but she's been super busy the last few years. Brian and I have known her almost as long we've known each other, but we've barely seen her over the past 5+ years. But her life is kind of slowing down now, so she's all in. He goes, awesome.
Slowing down? Slowing down?
Yes, that is the wording I use, Siobhan. He goes, awesome.
My life is slowing down. You
Awesome.
guys.
Yeah, having the three there was really great. Good chemistry and banter. Really endearing episode. As an audience member, hope to hear her back again.
Oh, that was
Hey
adorable.
Siobhan, you should be our third host.
I would love to.
And then I
We
said,
don't pay anything though.
I don't care.
there's no-
I don't
there's no
care.
pay. There's no payment.
No,
Sorry.
There's no money.
Once again, I will reiterate that I'm here for you guys.
Yeah, good.
I literally, that was the whole
we
reason.
appreciate that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I said she'll be stoked to hear that. She was super nervous for coming on, and right before the episode went up, and he goes, "Seems like the really nervous folks do really good,"
Oh my god.
which
I
is
was
what I
panicking.
told you.
I was panicking.
But it's okay because you're back here. You're experienced.
I didn't know what I would sound like.
You have an episode under your belt. This is
Oh,
just
God.
gonna. The wins will start piling up now.
I know, but now it's like I've set a bar.
You set a bar.
I set a bar.
It's only up from here, Siobhan. I think.
I hope so.
So.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm never nervous, and I'm always a messy bitch. So
Brian,
yeah, honestly.
Brian, you were late as fuck. Late as
I
fuck
had
to this,
to
Brian.
go
David and I were
upstairs
sitting
and
here.
say hello
And
to Sam. And
I was so excited.
I wanted to go see her.
talk.
Brian.
I mean, okay,
Sorry.
well, I don't blame you. No. Okay, I don't blame that. That's
Our
fine.
number one fan. I
No,
have
that's
to
fine.
pamper her.
No, of course.
No, but Brian, you don't understand. You don't understand what Siobhan had to sit through
No.
while we were waiting for
Oh.
you. Josh and I had to explain to her about the Resident Evil
Oh,
movies
God,
and TV
yeah.
show.
Oh no.
Oh my God! Did you talk about the
Yes.
the Welcome to Raccoon City and
Yes.
also
It
just
was-
the Resident Evil
It
Netflix
was
Yes.
just a lot to
Yes, we did.
process. It was a lot to process.
Oh my God, dude!
Yeah. All right. So I think Siobhan, you mentioned it, but hey, we're talking about Pacific Rim because this week is the 10th anniversary of Pacific Rim release, which makes me feel really old.
Of
Jesus
one
Christ.
of the best movies of all
I remember seeing
time.
it.
Yeah, me and Brian, I remember seeing it in theaters with our good pal Giovanni, who's probably never going to come on this show because he's a lame bitch. I don't care
Giovanni,
about saying
come
it.
on the show
He
with
doesn't
us.
care. He doesn't listen. He won't know I called him that. Fuck you.
So hostile.
This is going to be the first episode
I
he
like
listens
aggressive
to.
Dave. It's exciting.
Thank you. I'll be more aggressive in the future. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to talk about Pacific Rim. I've been wanting to do an episode on it for a long time, and it was, I figured 10th anniversary, good excuse. But of course, as always on this little show we have here, we got some news we got to get through. Brian, how about you kick us off, please?
Okay. While I'm sure most people who listen to the show are aware by now, just in case, Pluto TV has introduced a new, groundbreaking 24/7 channel dedicated solely to Godzilla, featuring most of the films all the way through Godzilla Final Wars. I believe King Kong versus Godzilla is the only exception. Can confirm it is. It's not on there. As well as both the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla series and Godzilla the series and all 4 Mothra films. This is huge.
It is like I mean,
I've
Brian,
been watching it almost all the time. I have 2 monitors. I have one on the Godzilla channel and I have one on whatever the hell else I'm doing.
as it should be. And Brian,
And
you and I,
and there's a double good part to this that
double
you didn't
good.
mention.
Okay.
Is that all the movies, as well as them being streaming on a channel, they are also on demand. So you can watch whichever one whenever you want.
I don't really know how Pluto TV works, so that was news to me. But that's good to hear.
It is a very, very easy process. You literally make an account and then you have it all available to you, and there's no payment. There's some ads, but they're not like super obnoxious.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's nice because like Tubi's the same way. It's like not, the ads are not intrusive at all.
Yeah. I've never been on Tubi.
Tubi's great. You gotta get on Tubi. You gotta get on Tubi.
Gotta get on Tubi.
It's free. There's literally no reason not to. Free. You got like most of the Godzilla movies, all the Gamera movies, pretty much every Ultraman thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon.
I gotta
Prime
get started on my
movies,
Godzilla.
So.
But yeah. So Brian, you and I were talking about this. Like, it's insane that we live in a time where this is like even possible. Like,
yeah.
Because think about it. Like when we were growing up and watching these movies. Like, can you imagine what it would have been like had we had access to something like this? Because I mean,
like, I remember texting you about it, being like, can you, like, I wish I had this stuff when I was a kid, because I feel like trying to get your hands on a Godzilla movie that you hadn't seen was pretty difficult. But now, like, you can just go on wherever. You can buy all of them on Blu-ray if you want to be a collector, and then they're also on streaming. You have the whole Showa series that's streaming on basically everything. And then now you have the rest of the movies on Pluto, and I think that that's insane. And I think I said to you, like, I don't know how to feel. Like, I feel like having the experiences of having to uncover these movies and find them and track them down was a cool experience all on its own.
Motherfucker,
but
that was me who said that.
No, like, that's what I was thinking, though.
Okay.
I thought that's what I said to you.
I said that to you.
Oh, well, then we were both thinking it. But anyways, regardless, like, I think, like, it's definitely cool that people just have access to it all pretty freely now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because
I'm very excited about it.
There really is something special about, like, the shared experience a lot of fans our age had of, like, going to your local video rental store and just scanning the shelves for any new kaiju movie that you hadn't seen yet. And I actually brought that up to the people on the Kaiju United Discord server and was talking about it. And Lingle pointed out that, like, the same thing can be said for fans from generations before us. Like, because for them, it was like scanning TV guides to see if they were going to be showing on like a creature double feature. I'm like, oh, I hadn't even considered that. Like, that's a totally different experience from something that we had, because it wasn't until like the, 80s, 90s that they were being released on home video. So it's something. But again, overall, grand scheme of things, it's phenomenal to have a 24/7 Godzilla channel on Pluto. That's insane. Yeah. That's insane to think about. So thank God. And God bless Pluto.
It's all subbed too. It's not dubbed over.
Not all of them. Mothra, the original Mothra, is dubbed, and that dub is yes. The original Mothra's dub is rough, unfortunately.
Okay. I was kind of just speaking off of it, like, the ones that I've seen, like, right. basically everything was subtitled.
Everything. I haven't like sat down to watch it, but I'll like have it on in the background. Like, I think I turned on Ghidorah one time, Invasion of Astro Monster. I think I was watching that, but we're waiting for people to go to see Indiana Jones with. But yeah, those are all subbed from what I've been able to tell. But yeah, I want to say Mothra is the only one that's dubbed. I wish it wasn't, because that dub is rough. It's also, and I'm gonna be very generous here, it's mildly racist. Again, being very generous there. I mean, just Brian, you know what I'm talking about. Just like, imagine a very stereotypical white dude doing a Japanese accent.
Oh yeah.
Like switching out L's and R's all the time. That
so kind of like the same brand of racism that was in like the original King Kong with the one Chinese guy.
Yeah, kind of.
And also the "I just hate women" line.
Oh, what a great movie King Kong is. All right, but yeah, thank God for Pluto TV.
Absolutely no context given to Siobhan, by the way.
No.
I'm
just
having
gonna
a
have to
great
sit there and
time.
deal with that one.
Yeah, she can,
Brian,
yeah.
I'm chilling.
She can stew with that and
Yeah.
Stew.
find out.
I'm stewing over this.
Over the racism in a movie from 90 years ago.
Oh no.
Anyways, moving on with our news. 2023 is just the year of Gorgo, apparently. Because in addition to Titanic Creations' articulated figure that's coming out, I think in October, and the plush that came out just recently, which I have, and it's delightful. I've never had like a plush that I've been like, yeah, I love this thing. At least like not since I like got into my teens and 20s. But like this thing, I love it.
Right on, David.
It is a very, like, I have other kaiju plush. Like I have one of the Godzilla Squishmallows. I have the Mothra one, and I have the Rodan that from Singular Point. But Gorgo, from Titanic Creations, Gorgo is friend shaped. It's very cuddly, very huggable.
I have one big stuffed animal.
It's really good.
Oh, that's not true. I have two. I have the cow as well.
Very nice. I'll show you Gorgo one
Okay,
time.
I'm ready for
I don't
it.
even think I've shown you, Brian.
Technically, my
Gorgo.
cow would be
No,
considered a big
you have not.
monster because he's
Right.
large.
That's true.
He's a big cow.
But anyways, more on Gorgo. So in addition to all that stuff that Titanic Creations is doing, Vinegar Syndrome has announced a big 4K UHD release of Gorgo, which is an insane concept to me because like like a couple months ago, before Titanic Creations announced anything, no one gave a shit about Gorgo. Like I like the movie, but it's not like if someone's coming up to me and they're gonna ask for a recommendation for a kaiju movie, I'm not gonna say Gorgo. Brian, are you gonna tell them to go watch Gorgo? Like that's the be all end all for big monster movies?
Nah.
Exactly. Like no one cares about Gorgo until this year, apparently. But it's insane that we are getting a 4K release for this movie. It's got art from kaiju artist extraordinaire Matt Frank, and it includes way more extras on a Gorgo release than I would have imagined. But the one I'm most excited about personally is that they have the 2009 short film Waiting for Gorgo. It's unofficial, it's not licensed, but it serves as a sequel to the film. And it's this story about a forgotten branch of the British Ministry of Defense, and they're tasked with keeping an eye out if the monster ever returns. It's very dry British humor, but it's really, really good. And I'm really excited that they included it on there. Like when the thing was announced, I'm like, I hope they have Waiting for Gorgo on there. And then I got home and I looked at the extras, and there it was. And it comes with a making of featurette of the short, as well as the actual Gorgo as well. So I'm not even close to disappointed. I am really excited for this. Already pre-ordered it. I can't wait. I've seen some of the footage. God, it looks beautiful. And yeah, it's a 4K release, but Gorgo in general kind of never looked all that great. I'm curious as to how some of the compositing effects look, because the Blu-ray for Gorgo that came out a couple years ago, the compositing didn't look all that great, and I'm sure it just kind of doesn't look that great in general because green screen, blue screen compositing at the time, kind of a new concept. But we'll see how it looks on the 4K. I'm really excited. Brian, you better fucking pre-order it though.
I was gonna ask you to send me the link later.
I already sent you the link, motherfucker.
Oh man, I am lazy.
Yeah,
Yes.
you literally said to send you the link earlier, like when it got announced, and I did, and you just ignored me.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
I found
See,
it.
there you go.
God, Dave, you gotta start pinning stuff because I just forget
Oh
about
my
it.
god.
You
Yeah,
message
blame me.
and it's
Blame
just-
me.
Oh my god. One thing I was going to mention, the missed opportunity is they missed out putting the Gorgo like music video thing that Oxygen Destroyer did when I saw them. They just had like a bunch of scenes from Gorgo over one of their songs.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna just like take a random underground death metal band's song and steal it for their release.
No, I meant like if they would like, I don't know, if they would make like an official video or something out of it because it was awesome.
I don't think I don't think Oxygen Destroyer has done an official. I mean, they did a video for their song about Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, but even that was just clips from the movie.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
anyways,
I remember that one. That was pretty. Yeah.
That's kind of it for the news. I'm really upset that we're recording this today and not tomorrow, because tomorrow is when we're getting some information on Toho's new Godzilla movie. It's really
actually
the timing of this is really unfortunate.
Something kind of funny about that.
Yeah.
On the Godzilla subreddit today. I know. Don't talk to me about it. There was somebody like linked a fucking Twitter artist's image where they drew Godzilla, but it was in the exact shape of the logo for the new Japanese release, and it literally looks exactly like MonsterVerse Godzilla.
Oh, interesting.
Like exactly. And I was like, that's so boring. Like, why not be more creative? Why always just make it look like? Why?
I mean, I don't know what we're gonna see tomorrow. Like, obviously we're gonna get a poster because the Godzilla Twitter account has been like counting down in posters. So I assume we're at least gonna get that.
I mean, like, if he does look like that, then so be it. Like, it's not a terrible design, but it's more just me being like, you know, the MonsterVerse design is not the only one we have, nor is it the best.
No.
So, you know, I don't know. And I thought that the logo was literally just like a brushstroke.
It was. That's exactly what it is. It's just like a brushstroke.
Okay.
But
because people were trying really hard to convince everybody that it's Godzilla like looking like G, and I don't think it is.
It definitely looked like they made it kind of look like him. Like they made a conscious effort to do that. But I don't think it's going to, that Godzilla himself is going to look like that in the movie. But you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're gonna see the full design tomorrow, and I'll be like, well, damn. Now I look stupid because I said that. But I don't know what we're gonna see tomorrow.
If they drop a sick fucking trailer where they have Godzilla in that like looking like that, and then it fades into the G like logo, you know what? That would be fucking cool. But until I see it, I don't think that's what it is.
I don't think we're gonna get a trailer because
neither do I. We're just gonna get news. Japan doesn't really do that.
We're gonna get a poster for sure. We might get a reveal of the design, or maybe like a teaser for the design. But I don't think, from what I've been seeing people online, there's like some event at like a convention or something on August 10th for this movie. So I think we're more likely to trailer in August, which it's not. That's not far away. That's August 10th. That is a month from today. So call us a month from now. We'll talk about it. But yeah. I just want to get that out of the way because I know that if this episode goes up and we don't mention it, people are going to be like, what the fuck? Why didn't you guys talk about Godzilla Zero or whatever the fuck the movie ends up being called? And that's because we're recording before we even hear anything about it. So leave us alone. Cut us some slack.
You know,
God.
Dave, we could also just like record later. I
kind of can't do that, Brian. I have things to do tomorrow.
That's fair. I could always open up Audacity, send you a sound file.
That's gonna be a pain in the ass because that requires me and Siobhan to record separately on our own time.
No, I mean just me delivering the news about it.
But then but then we'd have to discuss it.
Yeah,
there'd be no discussion element to it.
Yeah, but then no one will hound us about not covering it.
It's okay. We're covering it right now, sort of. That we're not covering it. We're covering the fact that we're not covering it.
All right, this is convoluted. Let's go on to Pacific Rim.
Do you mean Pacific Rim, like you so eloquently put it in the thing?
Yeah, that's why I typed it like that. Pacific Rim.
Okay.
Pacific.
Pissific Rim.
Yeah, that's not how you spell it?
No.
Oh, I guess I watched the wrong movie then.
Uh-oh. Brian watched the X-rated piss kink porn parody of Pacific Rim, apparently.
Oh God.
Damn.
I could see him doing that though. So. I mean, I guess.
Oh no.
Damn.
All right, it's canon on the show now, Brian. You have a piss kink. Sorry.
I guess.
Relax.
Yeah. Who am I to refute?
There's no piss here right now, so you can calm down. It's okay.
Yeah.
Relax.
It's all
There's
right.
always piss.
You're just digging yourself a hole now, Brian.
I know.
All right, but yeah, let's talk about Pacific Rim. 10 years old. Happy birthday. Well, actually, it's the actual anniversary is 2 days from when we're recording, but
It's fine.
I'm gonna just start this off with this one line. I don't think there has ever been a movie, nor will there ever be a movie since, that is quite as cool as Pacific Rim.
Yes.
No.
Dave,
Never.
Brian.
What?
Oh, you're agreeing?
He's agreeing.
I'm
Oh
agreeing.
God, I was horrified. I thought he was like,
agreeing.
my life changed. My life changed
Flashed
when I
before
watched
your
that
eyes.
movie. No, when I watched that movie, my life changed.
Good. That's a good
Dude,
film.
I've seen Pacific Rim probably like in the double digits of times.
Oh, I haven't, but I was
And
glued to the screen.
Every single time I watch it, I always out loud say, "This is so fucking cool."
right.
Yeah, okay, literally me the whole time.
Hold on. Before we go any further, Brian, you and we both owe Siobhan an apology.
Oh God,
Yeah,
no,
we do.
wait.
You took the Pacific Rim Uprising before you saw
yeah.
the original.
Back in 2018, I think, is that when it came out? 2018.
Oh God, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in 2018, Pacific Rim Uprising was coming out, and obviously, Brian, you and I were going to go see it. And for what? I don't know why, but we invited you, Siobhan, to come see
you
it with
loved
us.
me and
That's
you were
true.
sweeties.
This is true, and we invited you to see it without knowing you hadn't seen this one.
I was too embarrassed to say that I hadn't, and I was on drugs.
That's fair. But so we had you sit through that piece of shit movie without knowing, like,
I don't even remember it.
where. Good. Keep it
I
that
don't.
way.
I have no recollection, like a good chunk of my life. So.
Again, we covered Pacific Rim Uprising, I think, last year on the podcast to see if it was still as bad as we remember. And more or less, yes, it was. It was still pretty damn bad.
I'm
So-
still sad I spent money watching
okay.
it.
We did spend money on it.
It's
God.
okay.
We
Because-
both
well-
we both had to spend $5 to watch it.
What did I spend? $5?
On what? This?
The second one?
I mean, we saw it in theaters. It's
Yeah.
probably like 15.
Oh, then why do you say
But
$5?
we're talking about when we covered it.
Yeah,
Yes,
last
we had
year.
to
We
rent
rented
it
it.
because it's not streaming.
Oh.
And then of
I
course
will
it
not
did
be
end up
renting
on
it.
streaming
Good.
like
I will not
a
be
month
renting it.
later.
Oh, that's right. And then we were really upset about that. But yeah, just wanted to
Yeah.
get that out of the way.
yeah, no, I don't-
Siobhan, very sorry
Oh,
to put
don't
that,
even
put you through
no,
that.
don't even be sorry. I don't even remember it.
Good. Again,
I don't
keep
remember
it.
it.
That way.
All I have is the beautiful memory of the first one now, and
Good.
it was breathtaking.
There is not a single moment
No, I know.
in Pacific Rim where it doesn't, or it isn't just fascinating to watch.
Such
Yeah.
elaborate action scenes. Like the whole movie was fucking elaborate.
Yes, and that is 100% due to the fact that Guillermo del Toro there is no one else quite like him, and there never will be. I mean, we've sung Del Toro's praises on this show.
Yeah.
God knows how many times.
My
And
dude knows how to build one hell of a practical set.
he does, and there's not even. It's funny because, like, obviously this film is his love letter to kaiju and mecha, and he is known for doing a lot of practical stuff. But obviously, the general audiences in the States, especially, are gonna be like, big men in rubber suits. Who the fuck cares? So he's like, all right. Let me just put all the practical work into the actual like sets then, like the human size sets, and it looks fucking phenomenal. It's insane to me all these years later just how good this movie looks. It's one of the most well realized worlds I think I've ever seen in any kaiju movie.
Which is a huge bummer because the only sequel we ever got sucked so much ass.
That was the first thing I said to David when after I finished it. I was like, I'm so sad that the next one is bad because all I want is more.
But then again, you can still watch Pacific Rim: The Black because that one's pretty good.
Listen, please,
that one's pretty good.
Guillermo, please redo this.
Nah,
Please
he's
do
too
it
busy.
good.
He's too busy making animated movies now.
No, we need this.
He's too busy.
Put your
making other
energy into
kick-ass
something
shit.
good. No.
Don't say to put your energy into something good. He's not done a single bad
Well,
thing in his
no,
life.
okay, but I just really want more Pacific Rim, so
I
I'll
know.
say anything to get him riled up.
There's
okay?
there's comics too.
I'm just trying to get him mad so he shows me up and like makes a new one and makes it nice.
You want to piss Guillermo del Toro so much that he makes another Pacific Rim?
Don't piss Guillermo del Toro off. We want to be friends with him. We want him to come on this show and like just chat with him for hours about monster movies. We don't want to make him mad.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be kinder.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be nicer. Sorry.
Now, Siobhan, I seem to recall before we started recording, you had a problem with one of the names in this movie.
Oh, Raleigh? What the fuck is that name? What is that? What is that?
Again,
Raleigh.
what?
Like,
what
is it Riley? Is it like
No, it's it's Raleigh.
No, I know it's not
It's
Riley,
Riley.
but I'm like, it should just be Riley. Why
All
did he
the
do
names
Raleigh?
in this movie are wild. Stacker Pentecost.
Okay, no, I thought his name was
Hercules
fucking cool,
Hansen.
Pentecost.
Actually, I think
It's Herc Hansen.
But it's
just
short.
Herc.
It's her. It's
I know,
short
but
for
they really
Hercules.
only say
I know.
Herc.
'Cause
It's
it
not
rolls
like
off the tongue better.
no one in there was like Hercules, Hercules. No one did that. That didn't happen.
Best one's Hannibal Chow, though. I know
Hannibal
it's a made-up name, but so good.
Fuck was that sound, Brian?
That
Oh,
was
I
him being
whistled
impressed with the
impulsively.
character.
Oh god.
I wanted his
Sorry.
shoes so bad. He actually reminded me of someone I work with that wears like really nice shoes, and I was like, I bet you.
Do
would wear
they
those shoes.
also run a kaiju black market?
No,
that you're
but
aware of?
he makes like gold. He makes like rings and stuff. He makes stuff out of gold.
That sounds like Hannibal Chow.
Yeah, that's why I was like, he would have those fucking shoes.
Does he offer you a weird powder and call it kaiju bone
No,
powder?
that's not
or-
Hannibal Chow.
No.
That's his
No.
little helper.
Oh, that's his helper.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
What is
He
it, like
also,
$500?
he also wears
like
the
a pound or
cyberpunk
something?
glasses. I'm sorry.
He does. It's okay though
Yeah.
because it's Ron Perlman. He can pull
When
him
I
off.
saw that Charlie Day was in
Yeah.
this movie,
All right, Charlie Day
he's
is
so goofy.
phenomenal in this.
I know
Actually,
he's
I have
so
a
goofy
funny-
and perfect.
I have a funny thing.
You have a funny anecdote.
We
I
had
have
two
a funny,
Charlies
I have a
in this
funny
movie.
anecdote. So Sam has not seen this movie as much as me, and she watched it yesterday, but her memory of it was kind of shaky. And when we got to the part where Otachi was kind of digging into the kaiju shelter, trying to get Charlie Day out,
Why do I have a feeling I know where this is going?
I just like she was just like, huh, it's just Charlie Day in a room full of Asian people. He kind of stands out.
He stands out. Yeah, he's the only white guy. No shit. He stands
What do they
Yeah,
say?
I was like,
They say he
so
wants
of
the
course
little
he looks
dude.
really suspicious in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But yeah,
Oh no, I said that. No, I said that, and she
Okay.
thought it was funny. But yeah, it was funny.
I love how he remembered that as somebody else saying it,
No,
not
'cause
himself.
I thought it was
Brian in third
in my head, I was
person.
thinking about it, and I was also really high.
And also, he
cool.
mentioned he did the thing earlier too when he thought he said the thing about Pluto TV where
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Brian,
Brian, are you all right?
When
Brian,
it
are
tends
you
to be
okay?
the same when I'm thinking the same thing as someone else, and we talk about it because she
Listen,
agreed with me.
Listen,
Okay.
I love. Yeah,
So-
Charlie Day was amazing.
yeah he's
I don't know.
one of the high. I mean, there's not like a single. The only performance that could be called "quote unquote" bad is Charlie Hunnam's. Like he's kind of just coasting. I feel.
I fell in love with him.
I'm not saying the character's bad.
No. I
It's
fell in love
more-
with him
it's-
as an actor too.
Is it
I just
really?
fell in
The
love
way
with
he
him.
says things,
But I'm
is
just a
kinda
girl,
funny.
so that's probably why. But I was like, I love him.
I like his performance, but I wouldn't call it a good.
Listen, I'm
performance.
coming as a
That's the thing.
female
That's
perspective.
fair. I understand. You know, that's what we need on this show. You know, the kaiju
No.
fandom in general
Well,
like,
that's what
has
I'm
a
saying. No,
problem with
no.
like it's too male dominated.
No, I thought this was fabulous. I thought that this movie really had me going. Although the chemistry between him and Mako was like annoyed the fuck out of me.
It's-
There was nothing there. And then what was that in the end where they just like put their heads
Well,
together?
I want to say
I was like, what is this?
I don't remember if this is true or not, but I want to say I read something way back when where like the script called for them to kiss.
I didn't want them to kiss though. I was
But that's
glad
the
they
thing.
didn't.
Like I think
But it was also just weird to do.
yeah, because
that.
like they decided at the last minute like not to because it feels their relationship feels more like familial.
Yeah,
than
and it was like,
romantic.
yeah, I didn't like them as a couple.
Yeah.
I would have liked the movie more had they actually left the romantic
Yeah.
plot out of it. I didn't think it was necessary at all. I think the rest of the movie was so insane enough you didn't even need it.
That's like one of the few things about Pacific Rim that I'm not crazy about is the way they want to imply it, but they never commit, and that kind of adds to the fact that it's weird.
Charlie Hunnam is all the romance you need.
Really,
They didn't even need Mako.
They should.
No offense.
They should have the relation. I think if you want to get down to it, I think the romantic relationship should have been between Charlie Hunnam, Raleigh Beckett, and Gypsy Danger. That's what I think.
Oh, I hard agree.
Yeah. Also, full disclosure, yes, I know the word gypsy, like, that's not a thing anymore. And I think Guillermo himself also likes to refer to it as Lady Danger because that's kind of a problematic word.
Oh,
now.
really?
Yes, because it's technically a slur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I didn't know he referred to it as lady.
Because like people, I think a lot of the fandoms in calling it that now because they also they changed the name for Pacific Rim Uprising, but they kept Gypsy. It's not Gypsy Danger, it's Gypsy Avenger now.
Interesting.
So they changed it, but they didn't change the problematic part of it.
All right, interesting. I liked I mean, if they were going to keep Gypsy at all, Gypsy Danger, I liked better than Gypsy
it sounds
Avenger.
better.
Yeah.
It sounds better. But yeah, I think Raleigh and Gypsy would have been the better couple.
I really hate every time you say his name, Raleigh.
Raleigh.
No offense to anyone named Raleigh. You're fine.
Well, all right. Is there anyone?
Raleigh.
Do we know anyone named Raleigh?
Yeah, but what if the one
Raleigh.
one person listens? They're like, oh, what is this podcast? And it's just all about us shitting on their name. God.
I mean, it's a city in North Carolina.
That's true.
Yeah. Well.
I do like North Carolina, so.
All right. So where do we want to start? Where do we want to talk about?
We're kind of just going, man. We're in the thick of it.
Do we want to give everyone's seen this movie already. We don't need a plot.
Who cares?
Thing.
Everyone listening to this podcast.
I hadn't seen this movie originally. That was the whole problem.
And now you have.
I just have.
You're
everyone needs to see it.
You have changed.
Everyone needs to see this movie.
No, I agree. And that's the
The
thing.
minute it started, I was literally glued to the screen, and I could not stop exclaiming things. And I cried twice.
Did you really?
Yeah.
All right,
Wait, you cried twice? Wait,
where
what
did you
parts?
cry? Yeah, this is really important. We need to know when
You know what? No,
when during the movie did you
okay.
cry.
Hold on. This is not a Pacific Rim review. This is Siobhan telling us what she thought about Pacific Rim review.
Yeah, you know what? If you've listened to this show for the past 2 years,
You already know our opinions.
You
This
probably
is
know
Siobhan's
how
review.
we feel about Pacific Rim.
I cried. Well, I cried when he.
She's really trying, guys. She's trying.
I think I cried the most at like the end when the what was his name, the
Chuck?
was it Chuck, the one who had the dad, whose dad?
Yeah, that's Chuck.
Chuck. Okay, when Chuck was saying goodbye to his dad and the bulldog, I fucking lost it. I fucking lost it.
Was it because the dog was there?
Yes,
You know, that's fair.
but
The dog always makes it hit extra
no, but
hard.
but when he was like talking to his dad and he was like, you don't have to say anything, and I was like, ah.
So what was the other part then?
Oh, I think it was at the beginning when his brother like first got
okay.
pulled out. But like I think I just teared up a little because I was just like emotional.
Gotcha.
It wasn't really that.
I do really like the relationship between Herc and Chuck. I think that's a really good,
Yeah.
really well
I
written
also
relationship.
and even in
Agreed.
the end when like Herc still stepped up to like make sure shit got taken care of in the
Yeah.
end, but then they still brought it back around where he kind of it really hit him that like his son was gone and shit, and I was just like, oh god.
Were you going to say something, Brian? It sounded like, but I wasn't sure.
No. I do have some other funny anecdotes from this most recent
Go
watch,
for
though.
it. Go for it.
All right, so another one that I did actually say. This not
Are you
me
sure?
This is not me projecting. I did say this.
Do I need to message Sam on
I-
Discord right now just to make sure?
You can. She's driving now. She just left.
Damn, okay.
Oh,
So
wait,
one thing
wait.
Go ahead.
When Mako and I'm a little high. What's his name? I just said his name was like my favorite.
Raleigh?
No.
Chuck.
No. Mako's the guy who adopted.
Stacker.
Yeah, Stacker.
Pentecost.
No, Pentecost. Fuck the name Stacker. We're not saying. Listen to me. The kaiju world. We're not saying Stacker. It's just Pentecost. He does not have the first name anymore.
Go on.
When they were saying goodbye to each other, that also made
Okay.
me cry. Okay, that's it. Go ahead, Brian. You said
Okay.
it was my my time. Go.
It is your.
No, you
that
go.
is true. That's still accurate.
Just go. Start.
Okay, so actually this was during the Hong Kong scene, specifically the part where Gypsy is fighting Otachi with the big boat. And Sam said something to me in the ballpark of, man, that's somebody's fucking boat, dude. And I said, in this future, they have to have kaiju insurance, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like they have to. And then I came up with like a theoretical like instance where like, yeah, but the kaiju didn't technically destroy the boat. The Jaeger did. So is that still covered under insurance?
Oh, I don't know.
In this fictional universe, are insurance companies as scummy as they are in our actual
There was probably
universe?
a no-fault law. Probably a no-fault law.
Here's the thing. I think like last year or 2 years ago, they Legendary put out a big omnibus of every Pacific Rim comic. I wonder if we can if they went into that, because that seems like the kind of thing you'd cover in a comic. Yeah,
insurance.
You make like just like a tiny mention of it, not like a full like oh, this is how insurance works in this universe. No, just like a throwaway line involving kaiju insurance.
Yeah,
I'm willing
a little
to bet
thing
this.
to expand the universe a little bit.
Yeah, or even the black. I don't think, but I doubt it would be in the black.
That's like post-apocalyptic. If the insurance company, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if insurance companies were the last thing left standing.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Oh wow, that omnibus is pretty cheap too.
But also, I'm like kind of thinking like, would you categorize a kaiju attack as a natural disaster?
Okay,
these ones specifically from Pacific Rim.
I would. Those were catastrophic. I mean, that was worse than a hurricane. Also, you have to actually, in the beginning of the movie, doesn't he equate it to fighting a hurricane?
He does.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of says, "Oh,
when you're in a Jaeger, you can fight the hurricane.
Yeah.
You can fight the hurricane."
I have to say, I thought that was kind of a dumb statement, but
yeah,
a lot of his narration isn't great.
But I understood what he was getting at.
Yeah.
And I think that also would classify kaiju as a natural disaster. They were big enough.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that a lot in the 2014 Godzilla, like that was their kind of like modus operandi. Like they wanted these things to feel like a natural disaster, and especially in Godzilla 2014, that was very, very clear. And they accomplished that really well. Pacific Rim, they did the same thing, but because they're two totally different films tonally, and I don't
stylistically too.
Stylistically, I don't think it's insulting to say this movie is more cartoony than Godzilla 2014. Yeah. That's just a fact.
I mean, just look at like the Jaegers. Like they're very cartoony. They're very distinct. It's like what a lot of animators do to make something instantly recognizable is they give it its own flavor that you can instantly look at and be like, I know that.
Yeah.
I really liked the outfits they wore in the Jaegers. I thought they weren't too over the top. Yeah. They were just like, they were sleek. They were very nice. I really liked them.
You know what sucks? It is one of the biggest things that they fucked up in Uprising.
Really?
Yeah, all the suits look super dumb.
I can't believe I have no recollection of this.
Like literally all like charm and care and love they put into like the just design aesthetic of this movie completely lost in the sequel. There's almost it's way too cookie cutter. It's really, really disappointing. But
worse than the Meg.
I don't know how to compare that.
I would say Uprising is categorically worse than the Meg.
I would say
All
so
right,
too.
right on.
Because the Meg is like a
Because-
funny bad.
Yeah.
Uprising is just bad.
Yeah.
You give me enough alcohol or weed, I'll watch the Meg. You can't give me anything to make me watch Uprising.
Yeah.
I'll give you a no.
All right. Quick question to both of you: who's your favorite Jaeger, and then who's your favorite kaiju?
I don't know their names.
Oh.
I just watched it for the first time, David.
All right, we'll have Brian.
Hold
we'll
on.
have Brian
hold on.
answer.
What the hell was that to put me on the spot like that?
I said both of you.
No
Brian can
idea.
answer, and then we'll figure it out from there.
I could describe my
and-
favorites
yes,
to you. How does that sound?
You can do that, and we'll
Okay.
give you the names.
All right, great. I like
Okay, I have an answer.
All right.
Despite the Russians being shitty right now, I think Cherno Alpha fucking rocks.
Okay.
It's a big piece of it's a big piece of shit that looks like it barely works, and I love it.
Cherno's pretty great.
And it's also basically a giant Rock'em Sock'em robot.
It is.
So
that was my favorite for a while.
And I also think they have my favorite pilot suits. Their pilot suits are really
they're
cool. They
big-
got like
they're
the
big and
one
chunky.
big red eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Russians
yeah.
were the red one?
No, the green.
Who was the red one?
That was Crimson Typhoon. That was the Chinese.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite kaiju, Brian?
Favorite kaiju? It honestly used to be Knifehead. But
Is that just because
I
you
don't
like
know,
sharks?
Something.
All right, hold on. Is it no longer Knifehead because you had a bad experience involving a shark recently, Brian?
No.
Okay.
No, I used to really, really like Knifehead because I just thought he was an awesome design, and I really enjoyed how he actually used the big pointy thing on his head instead of it just looking cool. But this most recent viewing, I had a change of heart, and I think my favorite is Slattern.
Okay.
I think he's so fucking cool. I just wish we got to see him more.
I agree. I also didn't realize just how much until very recently when I don't even know where I saw the picture, but I didn't realize that they literally just essentially copy pasted the skull of a hammerhead shark and just used that for Slattern's head design.
Yeah.
I knew it was based off of a hammerhead, but I didn't know it was that's just that's the exact same thing.
Yeah. I another thing I also never really noticed was just how fucking huge Slattern is compared to everything else.
Enormous. And you know what?
He is a big boy.
Hate to go on a tangent and not let you do this, Siobhan, but we'll get
I'm
back
ready.
to it.
Oh no, I'm fine.
One of the best things about this movie, and this is something I caught on to when we first saw it in 2013, is how well they accomplish scale. Because you watch the show.
This was the first movie where we ever really looked at each other and were just oh shit, this is fucking huge.
Yeah, you can have the best miniature effect. We'll take Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris, for example. One of the best kaiju movies, and it's got some of the best effects in any kaiju cinema. But you can still there's not. I hate
so
to say this
by how real
because I hate to say this because I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying, oh, that doesn't look real.
I don't think that's what you're saying.
I know, but it's gonna sound like that
No,
to
it's
some
not.
people.
We know.
It's gonna sound
going
like it.
to.
Well,
It's going
whatever.
to.
What the fuck
It's going
ever.
to.
But I think once you make your point, it'll sound
ahead.
better.
Yeah, you can. There's only so much you can do to really give that sense of scale. And don't get me wrong. Again, Gamera 3, phenomenal looking film. It's one of the best kaiju films of all time. But
Hard agree.
Pacific Rim, I don't know what it was. I think it was just the level of detail they put into these CG
I was
models.
absolutely shocked.
And
the
the
entire
cinematography, when you first see Knifehead rise up out of the water, the camera's at a very low angle, you're in that boat looking up at this thing, and that was the point where I'm like, oh my god, that thing is enormous.
Well, I loved that I could
Plus
see
the
the
water
monster. I
falling
feel
off
like
of 'em.
no, I
Yes.
feel like you see a lot of movies like that, and they'll just make it really dark and shit, so you
Yeah.
can't really see.
Well, they kinda do that in
they,
this movie.
No, though, not really that much. I felt like I could see so. I was in shock, the whole movie. I literally was sitting forward, I was excited.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of blue. It makes
There's
it
a lot
easier
of
to
blue.
see.
I
Lot
don't
of
really. It
blue.
wasn't the blue. You mean just the glowing blue
Yeah.
on them? That wasn't. I mean,
Yeah.
I really like that. I also. Which one had the tentacly things off the top that were glowing on his head? I loved those.
You're talking about Itachi?
I don't know.
The one that came out of her mouth?
On
With
the
the
top
split
of its
jaw?
head?
No, one of them had like these blue green, like right off the top here. And like when they were fighting in the water and the camera angle would zoom behind it, every time I would see them and it was just like so detailed because they were going like they were people.
Oh,
The
are you
viewers,
talking
the
about
viewers can't see this, but I'm
specifically
moving like
the-
seaweed.
Are you talking specifically about the underwater part?
No, I'm talking. Hold on, I'll find a picture.
I'm confused.
I'm gonna
I'm
find
a
it.
little lost too. Like
It's
I'm trying to
okay.
think like a kaiju with tentacles on its head.
No, it's not tentacles, but like I'm just using that. It was like little blue. There was like. I swear to God.
Oh, you're thinking about Leatherback.
Is that what I'm
The
thinking?
gorilla looking thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
you're thinking about
leatherback. All right.
Is that the first one that?
No,
Which one is that? They're in the water, right? That was when.
they're in the water a lot. To be fair.
No, but God. I'm just gonna find the
Hold
picture.
on.
This would be
Okay,
so much
all right.
easier if
Yeah,
I just found the picture.
We'll let you find the picture. In the meantime, I'll give my
yeah,
answer.
you go right ahead.
Um,
I mean, yeah.
favorite Jaeger, easily Crimson Typhoon. I fucking love Crimson Typhoon. I like the three arms. I like the fact that the hands turn into buzz saws. Oh, that is leatherback. Okay.
It is this one.
Okay.
It's this one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It is
We're
leatherback.
good.
I'm
It is
not a
leatherback.
crazy person.
Yeah.
You
So-
made me feel crazy.
I'm sorry, Siobhan. I'm
You-
sorry.
you
I
made me
forgot
feel like
leatherback had tentacles on its head. I'm sorry.
Ugh.
But yeah, no, I love Crimson Typhoon. I love that like big cyclopean eye. I think that's really, really cool. I like the fact that the one arm is like so much beefier than the others. I just, the proportions on him are so cool. And the fact that he can just kind of swivel around on his torso, great stuff. Love
How do you feel about him getting bodied in 12 seconds?
That's very disappointing. I wish he would have gotten a little more time to shine. But
yeah. I mean, if it makes you feel better, my favorite Chernobyl got, got ganked.
also pretty,
So
pretty much destroyed within seconds.
yeah.
Favorite kaiju though, gotta be Otachi. I love Otachi.
Yeah?
She's great. I just that head design with the double crest. I love it. It's so good. And then like
Yeah.
the wings. Like you don't even
the wings.
You don't even
When
realize
they
she can
popped out the
fly.
fucking wings, and it was flying off, and the tail was fucking cut off. That was sick. The blue.
Because it's hard to like tell if you're like not watching closely, but like if you watch the way she walks, it's like, oh yeah, she can totally fly. Just judging by
Pterodactyl
yeah,
vibes.
like
Pterodactyl
pterodactyl
vibes
or
for
like a
sure.
bat.
Yeah.
It's very clear
Yeah,
she can
no, I
fly,
love
and
it.
like you won't notice that on your first viewing. It's so cool though. All right,
No, well done.
you go.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So my favorite kaiju was the one that Raleigh and Maka first killed. That big, like chubby guy.
Oh, yeah, leatherback.
Yes,
Oh,
that
yeah,
is
Leatherback.
leatherback. He is
Yes.
my favorite one because he gave me. He gave me like Oogie Boogie vibes. I
Really?
don't know why. Just the
Like,
shape of him. I just
okay.
loved the way they designed him.
I do like how much of a bastard he is.
Yeah.
like,
Well,
like,
he was just
Yeah.
like lugging around.
Yeah.
I just.
like when
Like how
Herc-
he stepped on the truck while getting out of the water. Just
Yeah.
to be
He
an
was
so
asshole.
fucking crazy.
I love how like before Gypsy arrives and they're just waiting and like Chuck and Herc are like getting out of Striker Eureka to like shoot him in the with the flare guns, and like he's just kind of like walking around the Jaeger and just like kind of nudging it a bit.
He's
like,
just
"Don't
having a
fucking-"
time. He's
He's
chilling.
great.
He
I
had
love-
such an ego. Like that particular one, I felt like just there was more emotion to that
Yeah.
kaiju than a lot of the other ones. He
You
like had a bit of a
definitely-
vendetta.
I got the vibe that he definitely knows he's a giant monster and he likes it.
Yeah,
I
I like when they
agree.
gave him that little double tap at the end. They were like,
Yeah.
gotta check for a
Check for
pulse.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Check for
how
a
do you
pulse.
feel? How do you feel about Gypsy Danger war criming your favorite kaiju?
Oh, I didn't mind it. No, I fucking I loved. Listen to me. I loved everything that happened in this movie.
I another hypothetical I had is that technically considered disrespecting a body?
I don't know because they're
Or just
not they're
disrespecting a
interdimensional,
corpse?
Ryan. They're interdimensional.
that's
I don't
fair.
think it
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah,
That-
no.
That's fair. All right, my bad.
Yeah. And they basically kind of just like they seem to just like disintegrate and fall apart mostly. So
Very easily too.
yeah, like it's just yeah. It's
Like,
not
I mean, I
much.
gu- I
there's
guess-
not much there. I mean, that's they can't even. It's hard to salvage stuff anyway.
Very true. So who's your favorite Jaeger then?
I don't know.
They're all good.
I think I this is purely just because of the pilots, but like I really did love Chuck and Herc. and like
Okay,
I
so
just,
Striker.
Striker?
Striker Eureka.
Hell yeah.
Striker's great. Striker's a good, like an easily
I-
second favorite for
I
me.
also really loved when Pentecost like stepped in with him,
Right.
And when they piloted together, that was really good. I enjoyed that, and I didn't even think I for a while I didn't like Pentecost.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think just at the beginning when he was like, "Fuck those people in the boat."
Well, that's kind of
He's
the
doing his
point,
job.
Yeah,
I know he's doing his fucking job, but I think like, he was a bit of a hard ass, and then he got real
Yeah.
soft. But then he was a hard ass again, so that was cool.
Never would have thought he had a kid, huh?
He didn't technically have a kid. He had like a girl.
Nobody
he, like,
does
raised.
in the sequel. That's the whole thing.
Well, how would I know that? I didn't see it. I
Good.
did see it,
Don't
but I don't
see
remember it. I'm not going to see it.
I don't even believe it exists.
Most people don't.
Just pull it from the market now. No
Honestly.
one would be mad.
it's
Honestly, they're doing.
Morbius here.
That's what I'm saying.
Morbius tier. Oh God.
They're doing more damage by having it out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what next?
I don't know.
All right. I have a good question.
Oh,
Brian's
God.
got something
Oh,
for us.
God.
What is your favorite? This is a variation of what is your favorite scene in the entire movie.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just ask. You know what? I'll just ask the question. What was your favorite scene in the whole entire movie?
There's.
I was going to like whittle it down to what was your favorite fight in the whole movie.
Oh,
But I don't know. I don't know if we want to do that or we just want to do scene in general.
We could do both.
why not both?
Could.
Well, Siobhan, you were about to say something. It sounded like you had something.
Oh, my favorite
on lock.
fight scene's really dumb.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, because it's not even between. Well, first of all, every time I watched any scene where they were fighting the kaiju, I was just in fucking awe the whole time.
Yeah.
I was just in awe because like there was so much going on the screen that I'm like, I need to watch this 100 times.
Yeah.
There's just too much to see.
Honestly,
It's
talking about it right
amazing.
now, I want to go home and rewatch it.
No, that's what I'm literally
Yeah.
doing after this.
And you're not taking me?
Well, we don't have. I have to get ready for work. I'm gonna be watching it in the shower.
Okay.
Don't judge me. I'm also gonna eat some cashews. What was I saying? Oh, my favorite scene.
Your favorite
okay,
fight
guys,
scene.
my favorite fight scene is actually the fist fight scene between Chuck and Raleigh.
It's pretty good.
Because I
It's
was
pretty
just like, fist fight scenes are always done like stupidly, but that was the most like elaborate and exciting, like but also kind of funny fight scene because I was just like, are you guys like really fist fighting right now? Like I was like, this is kind of unnecessary, and it was a little bit over the top of a fist fight scene for what they were upset about, but it was sick. Like despite all that, it was so sick. I always
really liked the part where
That got me so pumped
gets,
up.
where Chuck gets thrown into the pipes and they
Yes,
burst.
and it bursts and all the steam behind him.
And you can like just see the anger on his face.
That's what I mean. Like both of those actors had so much emotion in that scene that I was like, bravo. Just bravo. The chemistry between them was stronger than between Raleigh and Mako. I would have rather have seen them kiss at the end of that scene.
You know, had you given if it come out today, maybe.
Oh, you're right.
Sorry, Guillermo, you're 10 years too late.
If you remake anything.
Well, he did say on Twitter that they have something brewing for the 10th anniversary.
What if
It's a deleted scene of him
of them making out at the end of
Oh
that
my
fight
God.
scene? Delicious.
Please. He said, and he didn't say it was a big thing. He said it would be a small thing. So
I love Charlie Hunnam.
You never know.
If there's more Charlie Hunnam, that's all I need.
Well, I hate to tell you what he's not in the sequel.
God.
Mako is though.
Oh, good for Mako.
She dies
Good. Oh,
in like the most disappointing way.
I did like Mako's hair, the little bit of blue on the ends. That was interesting.
There's a whole thing about that because, like, I guess in a lot of like blockbusters, they give Asian women like multicolored hair in blockbusters. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's been 5 years since I last read that. It was on fucking Tumblr, so.
Oh, Tumblr.
Yeah.
We should get back on there.
Absolutely not.
You guys, I never actually had a Tumblr, but I did go on Tumblr.
So you missed out on all like the 18 plus stuff. Shame.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh well.
That's okay. I'll get into it.
Oh my God, I forgot about Mutavore. Oh no. I think
I love
actually
listening to
have
Brian type. I love when you type. It's
All right,
like,
well, Brian, it sounds like you want to go next.
Oh my god, I forgot. All right.
Do you want to change your answer?
No,
Okay.
because he's not my favorite. He's not my favorite kaiju, but he is
Okay.
in my favorite fight. He is in my favorite fight scene.
He's barely in a fight
So-
scene. It's like it's just like a quick clip, basically.
Yeah, and I think it's hilarious and awesome
right.
because it's shot from like a human ground
yeah,
cam,
'cause
like
it's supposed to be like a
with-
news clip.
And I really like how that shot. There's nothing like it in the rest of the movie.
All right, fair
So-
enough.
For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's when Mutivore breaks through the coastal wall immediately after hearing in a scene that 3 people died building it on top of it. But he breaks through the wall, and then Striker Eureka kills him pretty easily. But I think it's pretty cool because of how it's shot. Favorite scene in the whole movie is when they blow up the nuke and the water comes rushing back. I think that's
fuck
hilarious.
you, Brian. That was my favorite scene in the whole entire movie.
It's not at all. You know what? It might be realistic.
Yeah,
Has
we don't-
anyone
we-
tried
when
doing
I was,
that?
yeah,
Has
no.
anyone tried
when
to do
he
that?
blew the water away.
Well, Brian,
completely.
how about we figure it out? How about we go
it's
find
not,
out?
It's not going to move the water away. It's going to turn the water to steam. So,
So there, but there
it,
would be.
it might be realist. I mean, the water's not going to. The water would instantly vaporize.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like it's right. It would be that. What? That. It
was
might have lowered
amazing.
the sea level by doing that.
just a little bit, like
Just a tad.
slightly.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a
They might have
tad.
lowered the
A
sea level.
tidbit.
All right, listen, Christopher Nolan. I know you're listening. You're gearing up for Oppenheimer. You know, the Barbie movie that's coming out the same day. They have the Barbie Dream House Airbnb in Miami. You got to do something, man. Go blow up a nuke in the middle of the ocean.
When they closed the
breach.
breach, does that like after they blew that up, does that leave like a big crater in the ocean, or does it just kind of like close all in?
Well, they blew.
It seems like it
Like,
was
does it create a
more
trench?
of like a dimension tear. It doesn't seem like it was anything actually
because
physical.
they didn't even blow up the breach. They sent Gypsy through the breach and it blew up on the other side.
It did destroy the breach though. So I'm saying like
did.
that explosion had to kind of go through to a point.
I guess that's fair. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Like, and then I'm just like, what happens when the breach closes? Does it just go? Like, is it like Stranger Things shit, or is it like where it like falls in? Like,
I don't
what
know.
happens?
Well, they say it like collapsed. It like the bridge collapsed. So
That's what I'm
maybe-
saying. If
maybe
it
it doesn't
collapsed,
get
then
sucked in.
yeah.
I'm assuming the structure just kind of fails and then
Yeah.
the portal closes.
Yeah.
I know it's
Interesting.
it's hard to
I'm
like.
just curious.
It's hard to theorize on fake interdimensional portals.
Listen.
This is
This
why
is very
having a good
serious shit.
sequel would have been awesome.
This
Right?
is very serious shit.
But so
I know, I
my
have so many
favorite
questions.
fight scene is probably Cherno and Crimson against Leatherback and Otachi. Like I just love how everything's staged and how it kind of like cuts between the two Jaegers and like because there's two fights going on at the same time. I love the back and forth. It's really great. And also because Brian and I already talked about it, Cherno and Crimson are just real great Jaegers in general. They have great fighting capability, and it's great
They
to
have
see them.
Great flavor.
Good flavor. They taste delicious. But
Very
yeah,
metally.
Scrumptious.
yeah. So I love that one. And then again, Brian already took it from me. My favorite scene in the whole entire movie was the blowing up the nuke in the water, and all the water gets blown away. And I love it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Another thing about that scene is I love how absolutely fucked Gypsy gets.
I know.
Like it's barely working.
Gypsy goes through so much hell in this movie. It's insane.
I forgot how quickly Gypsy essentially gets crippled at the final battle.
Like
I forgot.
it's almost immediately.
Yeah, because like you have Raiju immediately taking off her arm,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have what's the other one? Scunner
Mm-hmm.
just beating the shit out of him.
He was basically
The
hopping
way
on
the way
one
they
leg
fought
all the
Scunner
way
was
to
cool
the
though. They put Scunner's face into a underwater volcano.
And
I like that.
and stabbed it. So I didn't even know how Scunner survived that. Honestly.
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, Skunner died from the nuke.
Oh, I know, 100% it did. But like the fact that it survived being stabbed in the head and then,
Yeah.
getting burned for God knows how hot those vents were.
Yeah, that didn't. I was like, it burned off like half of its head. I was
Yeah.
like, how are you still functioning?
It should have died.
And it was acting pretty normal. It wasn't like it was like.
Yeah, it was just like, ow, that hurt, and then it swam away.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
maybe
it went
it's
to
because they
attack
were
more.
underwater.
He still got
I
stabbed
don't
in the
know.
head.
No, like literally, when you watched it happen, he went through like the middle of his head, and then he held him over the vent. Well,
True.
Like set him on fire.
Yeah, any other creature would be long dead at that point.
Yeah, but kaiju have 2 brains.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But the 2 brains thing is specifically so they can move around.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a high. There's not like high functions going on in that brain.
I mean, you never know. With brains, the whole thing is that
I
they
guess
form
that's
new
fair.
connections. So, I mean, like humans, they can lose. Like humans can lose half their brain, and then given enough time, they can relearn everything.
I suppose, but I'm also going off of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2 logic, where when they destroy his second brain in that movie, he just can't move. He's like alive, but he's just crippled.
Yeah. God, Dave, why'd you have to say that? Now I'm bored.
Because everyone, when this movie came out, they were like, "Oh, it's just like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2 is my favorite scene of the whole entire movie."
Oh, it's my favorite scene in the whole entire movie.
Hey, we're bringing the original version of the joke back. Let's go.
I don't have a favorite scene in the whole entire movie for Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla
Neither
2.
do
All
I.
of them are bad.
Actually, no, I actually really like the fight between Godzilla and Rodan on the island. I like that scene a lot.
Oh, I forgot that was in that movie.
Yeah, that's pretty good. See, that
Yeah, you're right.
movie's not all bad. There's a little bit of good in there.
A little bit.
Anyways, Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
I did
I feel like I had one other thing and I forgot.
I forgot what I was
Yeah, I
gonna
don't know.
It was about Pentecost.
I don't know.
Oh, I liked when he was like, number 1, don't ever touch me again.
Oh yeah.
And number 2, don't ever touch me again.
There's some really there's
There was just some
there's not-
quality moments
There's
in this
some
movie.
not so great lines, but there's also some really great lines.
Oh no,
in
the
movie.
cheesiest lines were my favorite.
Yeah, no,
the
for
cheesiest
sure.
lines were my favorite. It made that movie for me. The bouncing back and forth between like the aggressive action to just these like lighthearted moments. Hannibal Chow was just a lovely character.
I mean, that's just Ron Perlman, man.
Just
Ron Perlman's great
God.
in everything.
I loved that he popped back up in the end, that he didn't die. I was so relieved. I was like, how are you going to do him
Where
dirty
is
like
my
that?
goddamn shoe.
I love
I have a funny
I loved it.
Another funny anecdote about that.
Okay.
Okay, so you know how I said that Sam hadn't seen this movie in a long time, so she's kind of shaky on her memory?
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't remember the thing with Ron Perlman
Oh,
getting
really?
eaten, and she didn't remember him surviving in the post-credit scene. So I, being the idiot I am, said to her, "Oh, his shoe fell off. He's dead." And she believed me.
I thought he was dead
And then he
too.
came back in the post-credit scene, and she slapped me because I lied to her.
I love it. I was devastated when he
Just
died.
kidding. She didn't slap me.
You know
it was a
what?
playful slap. You know how it
One
is.
of my favorite lines in the movie is right after Newt drifts with the brain for the first time, and Gottlieb goes to get Stacker to talk to him about it, and they're arguing. Like Newt's trying to tell Stacker what's going on, and he and Herman start arguing, and Stacker just turns to Gottlieb and just goes, "You shut up!
I love
You.
God.
Keep talking." Just the delivery of the "shut up" part. You see, there's so much like commanding presence behind that voice. God, I love Idris Elba.
I think they definitely casted a lot of the actors
the cast
properly.
is phenomenal, and like Del Toro is like always really really good at casting his movies. Like there's never been a bad cast in a Del Toro film, and
was good.
that's and even with like Pinocchio, which is his most recent,
Yeah.
like star-studded the whole way through, and I hope that never ends.
All right.
Like I saw a behind the scenes featurette for Pinocchio, and the movie he did before Pinocchio. Oh God, I'm forgetting it now. Shoot, I gotta look up his thing. His filmography. What did he do before Pinocchio? I can't. Oh, Nightmare Alley. So when he was doing Nightmare Alley, God, I can't even remember her name now. Shit, I can't remember the actress's name. Kate Blanchett was in Nightmare Alley. Like, she came up to him and was like, "I know you're doing Pinocchio. I need to be in it." And Del Toro goes, "Well, the only part we haven't cast is the monkey." And she's like,
Yes.
"I'll do it. Yeah, absolutely."
I love that.
Because that's just how good a guy Del Toro is. He's just
amazing.
like, I don't care what I just want to be in your movie, man. I'll be a fucking monkey. Who cares?
I would be a monkey in this movie.
Yeah.
I'd be a tree.
You'd be a tree.
Brian, you're already the Meg. If he, you know,
Yeah.
I bet if he did the Meg, it would have been bitchin'.
Oh, if Del Toro would have?
Yeah.
Oh,
would've been.
100%.
Oh, that would have been so bitchin'.
They would have built the largest practical shark.
Just literally
God.
the jaw shark just like, you know.
Really scaled
Guillermo,
up.
you know what?
Scaled
You know
way
what?
up.
That's the movie that he needs to redo for us. Is the Meg?
the Meg.
Where I'm formally requesting this. Formally requesting.
You're so right. You're so right.
It would be so good. God.
I have one other thing about Pacific Rim.
Okay.
One other thing. Or not, I say one other thing, but I don't know. More
No,
could
it's
come to
fine.
my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Okay.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Newt is just a stand-in for kaiju fans.
I mean, obviously. Yeah, that's like not even
Oh yeah.
a question.
Okay.
When he walks into
it's not
that-
okay.
When he first walks into his room,
He
he's
should
shit.
like I love the scene where he's showing off his tattoos
Yeah.
and everything, and
They made
and I'm
those
just
look
like
pretty
that's
real.
so me.
Those are-
I would
those are
be
good
like
with
Those
that.
look
tattoos.
so real. He also like looked good with arm tattoos. I was
Right?
like, you should just actually get those.
I would.
Yeah.
He should.
I mean, I still have one arm totally bare of tattoos, so
We've got.
I don't, but I
We've
want
got
more.
canvas. We've got canvas.
we do. I can do it. It's gonna happen. I'll get the Yamarashi tattoo. I'm sure there's like someone out there who like did analyzed the frames
Oh,
of
yeah.
the movie and just like got the
Just
whole
check
design
on, like-
out there.
Oh yeah.
Check on Pinterest or
Yeah,
something. I'm
exactly.
Sure someone has
Pinterest.
Fucking Pinterest.
something. Yeah.
I
But
love
yeah.
that you're recommending Pinterest on your kaiju
On our-
podcast.
and we're not,
This is
and we're just
awesome.
like we're not even like recommending any specific thing on Pinterest. Just
No, just Pinterest.
in general, the website Pinterest.
I
I'm
don't-
recommending Dave
People
personally
keep
go on
yelling at
Pinterest.
me for not having a Pinterest. Is this the sign for me to get a Pinterest?
I don't have a Pinterest.
My coworker Crystal literally yelled at me for not having a Pinterest.
Why?
I made a
She was
Pinterest
like, "You should
just so I
have
can
one."
look at something,
I
and
love
I
her
never
to
used
death,
it
but
ever
she did
again.
yell.
What did you look at, Brian?
I kind of forgot actually.
Oh well.
I think it was
Probably not that important then.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
No,
so who cares?
No, it wasn't. I don't remember.
All right. Well, we're starting to kind of get down to it, but I want to go into because this is the 10th anniversary of the film. I kind of want to talk about like the fact that this failed as a franchise
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like
Sad
they
panda.
had such potential in this film for a franchise. And they just dropped the ball entirely. And it is wild. And I get that, like, that's like a big part of that is probably because this didn't do too well at the box office. Thanks, Adam Sandler and Grown Ups too.
I
But-
was devastated. I couldn't believe it when you told me it did bad at the box
Yeah,
office
I
because I
mean-
was just shocked the whole movie.
So it did bad here, but overseas it did really well. And that's probably the only reason we got a sequel at all is because it did really well overseas. But yeah, here in the States, domestically, it did
Did it
terribly.
do worse than the Meg?
Let's find out.
I'm just curious.
So box
I'm just
office for
curious.
Pacific Rim is $411 million.
Damn, I thought Josh said it was 500 earlier.
Oh, the Meg,
Oh no, I see your face. Oh God.
the Meg did better than Pacific Rim by a little over $100 million.
No. That's so disappointing.
I'm very sad.
Oh my God, you
That's
guys!
very sad.
I'm listening. Underrated movie.
Wait, how
Oh,
much you say
God.
Pacific Rim made?
Pacific Rim, according to Wikipedia, did $411 million. The Meg did
Okay.
$530.2 million.
Damn.
Okay, well, compared to that, Uprising did really bad.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm very sure.
What did Uprising?
It
do?
did 290 million.
Oh
which is bad.
God. Oh God.
All right, but hold on. What was the budget for it?
Let me look.
Because the budget for the first one is $200 million.
150 million. So they definitely didn't make it all back.
God, they barely made that back.
Oh
then.
my God, they needed to gross 350 million to break even.
Oh
Yikes.
no, that's
Yeah,
so
there's
sad.
no wonder why they didn't you know,
They just
Yeah.
they fucked up.
they didn't make any more.
No.
Was it the same direct?
No.
Yeah, I was about to
No,
say.
it was a Stephen S. DeKnight.
So then that's why it was bad.
No, I don't think it's that because Stephen DeKnight is good.
No,
'Cause
it's
he
not
did-
him. I just mean like you should have had the same person
Yeah,
doing
and
who
Del,
did the first one.
Del
is what I
Toro
mean. It's
did
not
have
that
a
he's bad.
plan for a sequel, and they did lift some of the ideas that ended up going into Uprising. They lifted from his pitch. The main thing being that so when Newt drifts with the kaiju brain in this movie, he kind of gets a little like. Oh, he's got some kaiju mind control stuff going on. So he ends up becoming the villain in the sequel. And that
Really?
that was from Del Toro's initial idea for a sequel. That was like I think basically one of the only things they took from his original idea and included in Uprising.
Wait. Okay, wait. Actually, you just reminded me of something that I was wondering about. So, were the kaiju in fact looking for Charlie Day when
I
they
think
were
so, yes.
How come
I
they
think
weren't?
they were.
How come they weren't looking for Chow?
Because Chow didn't drift with the brain.
Yes, he did. Remember, he said he did it originally. He did it once, and that's why his eye was.
No,
fucked up.
that he went to the shelter the public shelter.
No, what?
Because he's
He
like,
wa-
I'm going to my private shelter
No. But how come they weren't looking for Chow?
because he didn't drift with the brain.
I thought he did once.
No, he said
No.
he did it once, and the thing he did once was going to a public shelter.
Oh, then why was his face fucked up?
Because
Someone
the
probably got into
shelter
a
got
fight.
fucked.
Yeah, or the shelter got fucked. Yeah.
That really confused me because Charlie Day's eye was like fucked up.
Well, Chow's was
He just
like
had bloodshot
scarred.
eyes.
Chow's eye was like actually scarred and like blind. Charlie Day's was just like bloodshot.
You know, I feel like that would have been way cooler if they did more with that.
I guess, but like it would have been. I feel like it would have diminished from Newt's like accomplishment. Like, oh, someone else has done this before. Who cares? You know.
Yeah, I
guess.
agree. Because like
I don't know.
like
I
how
feel like they
fucking
could have carried off
unhinged
into
Newt
another.
is.
I feel like there just could have been more backstory. I feel like it could have been more.
They could have
interesting.
if they
like it could have been
done,
accidental drifting.
That would be really tough to accomplish.
Listen,
there's so much
no.
science
Hold on.
going on in there.
Let's. Oh,
Siobhan, I'm telling you, if you want more drift stuff, watch Pacific Rim: The Black.
There's a lot of cool drift stuff in the black.
Okay.
There's a lot of cool
They
stuff.
use drifting for like interrogation.
Oh.
It's insane.
They use it for
Oh.
memories. It's super cool.
okay.
You should watch it.
Oh my god, I remember like my realization during what was it, like the third episode of the black where they do the interrogation thing, or like the
I
fourth.
think it was the third episode
Yeah,
because like the
just, like-
second episode they were like in the destroyed city.
Yeah, like watching it and like the slow realization of like, oh my god, are they using the drift to interrogate this guy? It was insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
watch the black. But yeah, that's another thing. Like, I think the black has been kind of. I mean, I've read a couple of the comics, but they're not. There's nothing too special there. I haven't read all the comics, granted, but like,
Neither have I. I only read Year Zero and I thought it was kind of.
I read Year Zero. I read Amara, which was initially a webcomic, and I think I read the first issue of another one that I'm maybe Tales from the Drift, I think it was called.
Oh yeah. That's the other one.
I think it was like about.
I don't like that name though.
Yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, there's nothing too special in the comics. But the black, I feel like if we'd gotten the black, like maybe a year or two after Uprising, maybe this could have been more of a franchise. But the black came out like 2 years ago, like post COVID. So
Yeah.
it was a little too late at that
I
point.
loved that this was like technically during COVID.
Yeah, 2020 is a
Quite a year for us.
quite a year. Yeah,
Quite a year.
Could you imagine if that was
Going on at the same time.
Not even just like that's what we had to live through instead of COVID was kaiju attacks.
I would have rather the kaiju.
You think?
I would rather the kaiju.
I feel like that would have been more exciting.
I suppose we could have gone like and still did social things. If it was kaiju
Yeah.
Instead of
because they only got
a virus.
evacuated like every once in a
Yeah,
while.
but also if kaiju were real, humanity would be forced to make super awesome kick-ass weapons.
That's
And
true,
I want
true.
to see that.
True.
I want to see that.
True.
Right now, the only cool thing we have is one magnetic accelerator cannon. That's it. I want all of them. I want all of it. I want laser beams, big robots. I want it all.
All right, here's the question for you, for both of you actually.
Okay.
If this was a thing to happen, would you guys sign up to try and be Jaeger pilots?
No.
Dave, you and I would be the best fucking Jaeger pilots.
Oh my god,
ever.
we would definitely be
No,
church
I
compatible.
wouldn't.
Yeah, we would. Dave, you and I think we have the same thoughts
Can you
about
imagine
basically
me
everything.
going into
So-
a drift with someone?
I don't know if I
don't think I
Siobhan.
can. Yeah, that's what
I
I'm saying.
don't
I
know
was
if
like,
I
you know what?
can.
I can't because I feel like there would just be so it would be so traumatic for this person to go into a drift
I
with
love
me.
you, but I don't think I
No,
can
that's why.
imagine you in
Did
the
you hear how
drift.
fast I said no?
Yes,
I said no, and like I didn't know what to think about it. I was like, no, it would be bad for me. It would be bad for anyone around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh
I
my
feel
god,
like
you're
I
like
feel
the
like I
nuclear.
would be.
You're like the nuclear option. If
I
they
think
need to
I
get
would
rid
be
of someone, they
crazy
put
enough-
you in a drift with.
Well-
They put them in a drift with you, and you drive them nuts.
That's the other thing is I feel like I would be crazy enough to take on a kaiju. Like I feel like I would go nuts on a kaiju.
the one solo
Like,
pilot.
I feel like I would lose my shit on
yeah,
them.
you'd be like the solo
I would just
pilot.
I would just lose it, but I just don't think that anyone should be connecting their brain with mine after the things that I've gone.
Okay, I have an even better idea.
Oh god.
Your brain is so insane to drift with that you have to drift with a kaiju brain that is also helping you drive a Jaeger.
I could drift.
And it's just hanging up on
Maybe
like
the
a coat
baby
hanger or
kaiju.
something.
I wished that baby kaiju didn't die immediately. I wished he had like kind of like cut his fucking umbilical cord and then like flown off or some shit. And then I wish it turned into more. I was a little disappointed when he just like died right out the womb.
Did he or she have an official name, or is it just baby?
It's just Baby Otachi.
Oh, I love baby.
Oh.
That's a nice name. Baby
Oh.
kaiju.
Because I think they included it in NECA included it in their Otachi figure, and they just called it Baby Otachi.
That motherfucker had to die twice. He suffocated.
I really wish I would have gotten that.
And then- What did he like? Did he suffocate anywhere? Or did he choke on that guy on Chow?
it was a little.
It was so
unclear.
confusing. It was
probably
like
a
it was
little both.
choking, and then it was like.
I think it was a bit of both.
Oh, you can apparently on Amazon you can buy the Baby Otachi figure by itself for $61.
Wow, that's so expensive. I really like it.
Is there a plush?
I like it.
I don't think there's a plush.
I wish there was.
Wait, is this the same one that comes with it?
I have to say that because
I don't know, I can't tell.
you know, as a new kaiju
Mm-hmm.
connoisseur, I think you should have introduced me with this before the Meg. Just saying. Just saying. But you know what? It's
In
okay.
our
It's okay.
defense-
No, it's okay because I realized watching the Meg first made this movie so much better.
That's fair.
I
But
mean, it was
also,
already gonna be
in our
good.
defense, you asked us, when can I come on? And I said, well, we're doing the Meg.
It's true.
And you said, let's do it.
All right, that's fine. You're right.
I'm
You're
putting
right.
some of the blame on
You're
you,
right.
Siobhan. I'm
You're
sorry.
right. All right, no. I will respectfully take this. Take
Okay.
responsibility.
All right. Is there anything else we want to add on Pacific Rim?
Oh, I don't know why I cannot stop remembering the fact that they were like, oh, you can bring the skin parasites back to life by soaking them in ammonia. Why did that stick out to me?
I don't know.
I don't know
It's a
what's
very
stuck in my brain,
specific
but now
thing.
I know how to bring kaiju parasites back to life.
Okay.
So that will be important in
the
my,
future.
In my future.
It's gross though. I like
Well, yeah.
ammonia smells fucking awful.
It does. Of course it does.
Brian, who around you likes the smell of it?
Nobody. It's awful.
All right,
I have
then.
to smell it at work sometimes. It's terrible.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
I have 2 cats. How do you think I feel?
Chemicals, man. It's
No.
terrible.
God.
Oh.
Is this actually gonna be our last? That's gonna how we're gonna end our Pacific Rim discussion about
No,
ammonia?
best
Ammonia.
movie ever made. Awesome.
There we
Best
go.
Movie.
Best movie.
Truly the best movie
Um,
I've ever seen.
Would actually
not
I
fair.
have
It's
a
one of the
one
best.
more question to
Uh-oh.
close this out,
All
I
right.
think.
Lay it on us.
Of all of the modern kaiju movies that have come out, not just Godzilla, but and including Pacific Rim, where would this fall in terms of your favorite to least favorite?
I mean, I think this one. Are we talking Hollywood stuff or just in general?
I guess not necessarily Hollywood, but like the big things, like the big
Okay,
releases.
so like Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is the best.
Yeah.
Like I don't think, because like it's got everything you need. Like it's got great action. The characters not great all the time, but they're engaging enough that you don't really care about it.
There wasn't a moment that I was disappointed in
Exactly,
that movie.
and like
The bar has been set very high for me now that now as a new kaiju person. This is...
like I'm finding it hard to like really put this into words, but I just think Pacific Rim is the most accessible and it's the most entertaining version of kaiju media you are ever likely to get. And I think that's, accessibility is important for new fans, because like
Oh, sorry. I just remembered a scene that I thought was really fucking cool. But you go ahead.
I'll finish and then we'll go to that. But like, you I have no idea what it would have been like, Siobhan, if I were to sit you down and have you watch Shin Godzilla.
We must
it's
to
a
find out.
totally well, that's the thing, because you've already seen some other stuff. I don't know what it would have been like. Because Shin Godzilla is a very, very different film. All the MonsterVerse. I mean, I guess the MonsterVerse stuff is more in line with Pacific Rim than anything else. Fuck you, Discord. I should have put you on Do Not Disturb. That was my own fault. Oops.
It's okay. Pretend it didn't happen.
No,
it didn't happen.
It's
it didn't
too
happen.
late. It already happened.
No,
I've already.
Everything's fine.
It's already.
You're forgiven.
No, shut up, Brian. I see you typing. Anyways,
Dave, you better remember to take that do not disturb off later.
No. Okay,
I
David, just
will.
bring out aggressive David. Bring out aggressive David.
I don't need to be aggressive.
You don't
David
need
right
this
now.
shit.
No, it's fine. I lost my train of thought though. God damn it, Discord.
You were talking about how
accessibility. The monster, the MonsterVerse at this point now, like had you asked me after Kong Skull Island, I probably would have said still for different, but at this point they're more or less very similar in terms of tone and style. But I just think something about Pacific Rim, and you know what? It probably boils down to that just Guillermo del Toro was so goddamn passionate, and he made sure to put as much care as he possibly could into this film. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not like dissing Michael Dougherty or Adam Wingard, but like, because they're good directors. I like stuff that Mike Dougherty's done. I've liked stuff that Adam Wingard's done. But there's no one in Hollywood that's like Guillermo del Toro, and there never will be. It's just you can't be like him. There's only one Guillermo del Toro.
Would you say that this movie is lightning in a bottle?
100%, yeah.
I agree with that. I don't think you could ever make anything that stands up exactly to this ever again.
No, you could come close, but I don't think anything will ever be like just as magical as this film is.
Like it's just such like it's one of the few movies that like you can look at individual parts of it and be like, yeah, that part not really my thing. I don't like it. But like the entire movie the entire movie put together is incredibly well crafted and entertaining.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing about it that drags it down. Like I can look at the MonsterVerse movies and I can tell you 3 things basically right off the bat that bother me about them, that make me not want to watch them. Even the ones that I like, even the ones like Kong Skull Island or Godzilla 2014, I can point to things in that movie that I don't like, or that that irk me a little bit. But with Pacific Rim, sure, there are things that aren't exactly like a stylistic choice that I would have made, but it doesn't matter because the whole movie is incredible. Like it's much more than, an individual piece.
Yeah.
So
God, I fucking love this movie.
Well said, Ryan. Well
Yeah,
said.
it's real fucking good. I think it will stand as one of the best pieces of media in the genre.
I don't
think it'll be knocked. I don't think it'll be knocked off its pedestal.
No, I hope not. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. And that's my closing thought.
Okay. Did you forget what you were going to say, Siobhan?
No, well, I'm a little high, so like my closing thought changed to something that has nothing to do with this movie. But,
Okay.
oh no. But no. Actually, though, the fucking scene where when Gypsy Danger was fighting in Hong Kong and he like they punch through a building.
Yeah.
And it's like the fist, and then it gets to the fucking like what was that
Newton-
little marble thing called? What is that called?
Newton's Cradle.
Newton's Cradle. Thank you. When it just tips it, I was like, yeah.
Very nice. That's a good place to end
amazing.
on.
No, actually,
Sam's reaction to that scene was her just saying, "Oh, Gypsy just wanted to touch it."
Yeah. No, what I was thinking of. Did you watch The Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors?
I've seen a couple of them.
Did you watch the one where like the lightning brings all the like the donut guy to life? It brings all the like the
I don't.
It brings like the newscast guy to life, the billboards and stuff.
I may go on.
Are they considered kaiju? Because they're all big monsters?
Oh, probably. I would, yeah.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the giant Mr. Peanut over there, and I was like, is giant Mr. Peanut also a kaiju? Right there.
I was really confused with what you're looking at.
Relax and go nuts.
Now, I'm curious because now that you mentioned that, I want to see. Okay, I don't think so. Because Guillermo del Toro did direct the opening of one of the Treehouse of Horror episodes.
The Shinning. I love calling it The Shinning ever since
Bart He did 24, Treehouse of Horror 24. He did the opening for it.
Which one is that? Do you have like
It's just like, I don't
what
have
happens
the...
in that one?
Well, it's just the opening sequence. It's not any of the actual segments.
Oh, fuck.
But anyways, yeah, Pacific Rim, phenomenal fucking movie.
Yes.
Go watch it if you haven't, but I'm sure you have. But even if you have, if you haven't, go watch it again. Why not?
10 years.
We're going to watch it again. So.
Goddamn
Surprise,
right.
you're old.
All right.
Oh, God.
Well, let's move on to our last and final topic. I said that last time. Next and final topic.
It's fine.
And boy, what new cool kaiju thing are you checking out right now, Brian? We get boy, did we check something out recently?
Oh my god, dude! Ultraman Blazer is a talker.
Oh, he's and like obviously, I went on Twitter after we watched it, and like that's a lot of people who were talking about it. I mean, I loved the premiere episode of Ultraman Blazer. It was great. It was a great time. It was really, really fresh because like it's totally different from Decker and Trigger and Zet before it. It's a totally different feel, and I really appreciate it. But God, Blazer himself is just like this fucking caveman of a character, just screaming the whole time. It was so fun. Like, I probably have to rewatch the episode because we were so focused on how funny all his sounds were.
Dude, I was like crying laughing.
It was so good.
I was trying to contain myself while watching it.
It was something.
Yeah. Good, very, very good first impression.
Yeah, I hope it keeps this energy up because I really
I think I said I'm gonna say I think I said this because I'm fairly certain I said this, but as long as it keeps up him just screaming like a maniac,
doesn't matter. Yeah, you're like, doesn't matter if the show sucks, but as long as that's a constant, it's still like funny at least.
As long as I can keep getting high and listening to this fucking crazy dude like make weird noises, I'm good.
Yeah,
you got me.
But yeah, again, first episode, not real. Well, actually, hold that there. We do got to mention the fact that the monster's name that he fights is just Bazinga.
Oh my god, it's Bazinga!
It's literally like it's Bazanga with an A, but it's just Bazinga.
This is like
And of
Raleigh
course,
all
all
over
I saw
again.
It
was
is.
Spherosaurus.
Raleigh.
And
all over
Brian,
again.
you didn't respond to the meme I sent you of Bazenga, and it's just Sheldon Cooper's face photoshopped
Oh no, I
onto
saw
him.
it. I saw it. I didn't want to say anything.
You didn't want to say
I-
anything.
Brian.
It was really, it's really bad. It's really, really bad.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's great.
It's literally like 2009.
It is, but it's accurate, is it not?
It is.
His
pretty
name is literally
accurate.
Bazenga.
Bazenga. I made the joke that you should get just a really generic printout of a picture of Bazenga and bring it to the dude who plays Sheldon
Mm-hmm.
at like a con and get him to sign it with no context.
See, but then I responded with I think much better idea of getting a custom-made figure of Bazenga, going to Jim Parsons in person and gifting it to him, and then walking away with no context.
Or an even better idea is that now you have this meme, you can just print it out. And
I could
give
do
it
that
to
too,
Fabulous ideas.
and there would be even like that's even less context.
That would
Or
be
more.
even more
I don't
jarring
know.
for him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Okay, we just
Yeah.
gotta. There's three of us. We can do all three ideas.
I'll laminate it.
We could.
Laminating things
All right.
makes it more official.
That's true. It does.
Are we all gonna ship these things out to him at the same time?
No,
Does
we
he have a
gotta.
PO
No, we
box?
gotta give it to him in person.
Does he have a PO,
Oh, okay.
PO box?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe lesser celebrities have a PO
Maybe.
box.
I think
Who knows?
I think I'm pretty sure that that's what lesser celebrities do to get their fan mail.
All
is
right,
they
we'll
use a PO
we'll,
box.
we'll look
Yeah.
into it. We'll keep you guys updated as to what
But
we
also,
do
I
this
should-
time.
feel like
we
I
should
don't
just
wanna say
we should
lesser
contact
celebrity. I
Our
feel like
big
that
web
sounds
of
rude.
contacts and get everyone to send him
Oh my
one thing.
God. Jesus Christ, this is devolving so much.
It
More
really
so than
is.
usual. I also watched The Giant Claw.
Oh hell yeah!
That was something.
I remember you were telling me you were gonna do it, and you like stumbled in your wording when you sent it to me in a text message or in Discord. You said,
What?
I think I'm gonna watch The Claw tonight.
Well, yeah, because I
Brony."
wasn't sure if I was gonna have time to do it, but then I ended up having time to do it, so I watched it.
Oh, I thought you were trying to grapple with your decision to watch The Claw.
Maybe, but yeah, it's something. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's not good. That's about all I can say for it. But like, it's the
How
kind
long
of.
is it?
It's not long. It's
actually?
like an hour and 15, I think, if that.
Okay, because I've never seen it like entirely.
Oh, really? I thought you had.
No,
Oh, huh.
I don't think so.
It's not
unless,
good.
unless we watched it and I forgot.
This was the first time I've ever seen it, so
I
that'd
never
be
saw
a,
it.
a no. But yeah, it's bad, but it's the kind of it's the kind of bad where it's like it's so endearing that you don't care. It's really interesting. It's fun. It's a fun movie. Like the lead actor is really good. I don't remember his name, but he's having a great time in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Siobhan, is there anything
I also started watching
Cool.
Skull Island.
Oh yeah, I actually finished Skull Island. I mostly enjoyed it.
I have not finished it. I think from what you said to me, I'm close to the
Yeah.
end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, it's only 8
it-
episodes long, so
It's okay.
That's pretty
I mean, like if you like Skull Island, then like watch it. It gives you more of a view of the island, but
yeah.
like it's not. It doesn't really add anything to the greater universe.
Mm-hmm.
I like the big squid.
The Kraken is pretty cool.
I do like how gruesome the show can be sometimes. I think that's pretty cool.
It's surprisingly what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. But it's tame when it needs to be. It only brings out like the kind of more violent stuff when it like really wants to be punchy. Like it's I can't think of the word, but it's reserved, I guess, for the bigger moments.
It has violence in bursts.
Yeah.
Like you get it at the beginning of the show when they get shipwrecked and the giant squid attacks them. A character gets crushed and you're like, "Oh, that sucked." And then the tentacle lifts up and you're just like, "Oh, that sucks."
Yeah.
And there's a lot of parts like that. Like someone gets eaten by a gator, and,
Mhm.
you know.
Which
It's cool.
I gotta say,
You
before the show came out, the track list for the soundtrack leaked, and one of the tracks I assume for the episode with the crocodile, it was just called Big Croc, Bigger Monkey. And I
really,
just
really like that.
Yeah, and
I like
I sent
that.
that to Josh, and I was like, well, I haven't even seen a single second of this show, but it's already a 10 out of
I
10
want
for
that
me.
as a bumper sticker.
Big
Croc,
Big
Bigger
Croc.
Monkey.
Yeah, I want that on the back of my car. I do.
We'll get it
Big
printed.
Croc.
We'll get it printed.
I do. Just like across the entire windshield.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
All right.
That is it
I think so.
for me. I think
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. I don't think.
Is there any kaiju stuff you were checking out aside from the Meg and Pacific Rim? And also Pacific Rim again?
No.
Okay.
We did all see Asteroid City.
We did see Asteroid City.
That was good.
Not much
Everyone go see
kaiju
it.
there, but there is a
Phenomenal.
freaky little dude in there though.
I loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Loved him.
Oh yeah, Asteroid City's great.
Yeah, go
It's
see
not
it.
really
Yeah.
kaiju, but Wes Anderson.
No, check it out.
He's still
It
good
was
in our
funky.
book.
It was funky. I
Funky's a
liked
good
it.
Yeah.
word for it.
Funky is the word for
It
it.
is.
They did have a miniature train.
Oh yeah, Wes Anderson goes hard with miniatures.
Yeah.
So.
I really honestly liked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Go
don't
see
want to
it.
spoil it.
Yeah,
so
won't
that's why I
spoil
was
it.
like, I was gonna say things, then I was like, no, Siobhan, fuck you.
Don't do it.
that.
Don't do it. All right. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode of Talking Toku. This has been great, Siobhan. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for coming back,
It
Siobhan.
was beautiful.
We'll see you whenever you're on here next. I don't know when
Okay.
that'll be.
I'll be listening.
You'll be listening? Okay. But yeah, this has been Talking Toku. You can find us on all social medias. Well, not all social medias now because everyone and their mother is making their own Twitter and it's annoying. But you
We
can
may
find
be
us on Facebook.
Threads.
We're not getting on Threads. I'm giving Threads a little bit to see if anyone actually stays. Because remember when...
That's why I said we may be on
Yeah,
Threads.
because
Depending.
remember...
I don't even
remember
know what that is. yet.
So Threads is Instagram and Facebook's answer to Twitter. Like everyone hates Twitter now because Elon Musk is a piece of shit. So like Instagram and Facebook were like, oh, we're doing Threads. It's basically the same thing as Twitter.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Should we just get back on Tumblr, like I said?
Maybe that might be the move. Well, so the thing is, like,
It's a good place for
when
kaiju.
I think when Musk first bought Twitter, like everyone moved over to some other social media called Mastodon, and that
There
lasted
was
all
also
of.
Hive.
I've never even heard of Hive, which
There
makes
was Hive. Hive is really funny because a bunch of people sign up for Hive, and then people found out that the code base was really bad, and by signing
Oh.
up for it, you basically doxed yourself.
oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that and Mastodon lasted all of 2 weeks before everyone just went back to Twitter. So I'm gonna give Threads a couple of weeks to see if everyone just shuts the fuck up about it, which is probably what's gonna happen.
To be fair, Dave, I've been paying attention to it because I love this shit.
Mhm.
I love comparing companies burning money. Threads has some numbers.
Okay.
They got some big numbers.
It definitely looks like a lot of I've been seeing more people move over to Threads than I did when everyone had the exodus to Mastodon. So maybe we'll see.
I think it is more likely than not.
I
Or
think-
at
I
least
think you're
more
right.
like I think it's more likely to succeed than the other ones. Definitely.
I agree. So I'll keep an eye on that. Maybe Blue Sky if anyone's got an invitation to that.
No.
We'll see.
No. Isn't that like Jack Dorsey's private site?
Yes. Well, it's in beta. That's why it's still private. Like
okay.
it hasn't been like officially publicly released yet.
I can't wait for them to like officially like release it, and you can sign up for it, and then Twitter will bring them to court.
Well, apparently Twitter is already threatening to sue Meta.
Oh,
for
they're
Threads.
they already are. I know.
So
Funny.
Anyways, yes, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube, all at Talking Toku. Go give us a follow there. Go check out the Kaiju United Facebook group and Discord server and website. And hey, let's do our time-honored tradition of seeing what is on the Kaiju United front page right now. Let's just take a quick
I'm so excited.
quick
I
little
saw
gander.
something about the G Fest lineup.
Yes, so we got coverage on our cool episode of Meg Monday.
Hell yeah.
Lingo told me he was going to wait specifically until Monday to post it so it could be Meg
That's
Monday.
lovely.
Hell yeah.
Jacob did an interview with Dane Kroll who is the author of the Realm of Goryo novel series, who I should also mention, I'm going to give him a shout out because when I posted the Meg episode, he was really, really enthusiastic about it. He was like, oh, you guys are going to love the next couple of books. And he also requested that if we ever cover the Fast and Furious movies, he wants to be on.
Oh, well, then we've got to get right on it.
Wait, who?
Dane Kroll, the author of Realm of Goryo.
Oh.
He said if we ever cover Fast and Furious, he wants to be on.
Oh my God.
So we got to figure out, because
we're gonna have to figure out how to stretch our.
You know, we like to stress the definition of kaiju and tokusatsu. So,
dude, I'm literally gonna get like a whiteboard and some like red string, and you're
gonna be Charlie Day in Always Sunny.
I already started watching all the Fast and Furious movies.
What?
So
you didn't tell me that, Brian.
I watched the first two and they were fine, but I know the crazy shit comes later.
Yeah, so. We'll talk about more about it later, and then Lingo did a full lineup article of all the movies being shown at G-Fest, and not only at the Pickwick Theater, also the ones that are being shown on the the G-Fest channel in the hotel, and also at the film festival panels, film festival rooms there. So it's like literally everything, and that's really good. I like that he did that. I'm not going to be at G-Fest. This episode's going to come out the day G-Fest starts, so we might not get much feedback for the first couple of days, but that's okay. If you are listening and you're at G-Fest, I hope you're having a great time.
Eat some pizza.
Eat some pizza, man. Go
to
Giordano's and fuck that bad boy up.
Ooh.
Go to what's it called? Kuma's Corner.
Kuma's Corner.
Get yourself a Black Sabbath burger and get a very overpriced shot of the Metallica whiskey.
Go to
sounds like a good time.
Zacatecas. I went there. Me and Jacob went there during All Monsters Attack right before we went to the airport to leave. It was like this really hole in the wall mom and pop Mexican place. Oh my God, it was so good. But yeah, just go hang out, meet some friends, eat some food, buy some toys, all that fun stuff. I hope you guys are having a great time at G-Fest. I wish I could go, but I couldn't do it this year because I already went to a convention a month ago. Maybe next year, though. We'll see. Also, we had stickers. We still have stickers, but we also have new stickers. Thanks to our lovely friend Siobhan here.
Happen.
So they're significantly smaller than other ones, but they are of higher quality, I think. They are holographic.
They are holographic.
And they are weatherproof.
To be fair, you guys, I didn't realize they were going to be this tiny.
That's okay, though.
I'm not going to lie.
It's okay.
They're not tiny.
Is good.
They're not tiny. They're, what was it, 2 inches? 2 inches by 1.5 inches, I think.
Okay.
That's not that bad.
No, I mean, no, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them, but I would have preferred slightly larger.
It doesn't matter.
Like
I like it no matter what.
This was just the first run to see how I wanted to see how the holographic came in. That's why I ordered a low number, because I was like,
great.
It does. They did a good job.
Yeah, so if you guys want
shout
either
out Sticker Mule.
If you guys want either the big stickers that have our @ on it, or the neat little holographic stickers that are just the logo itself, feel free to reach out to us. We'll send you some. And yeah, that's about it. I think it's time for us to go, because it is after 9 o'clock at this point for me and Siobhan here, not Brian, because he's on the other side of the country, motherfucker.
I'll stay up hours for talking Toku. I don't give a fuck.
Well, we haven't had an episode go to the 3-hour mark, and I'm not about to do that today. So for now, we're gonna sign off. I'm David.
I'm Brian.
I'm Siobhan.
And we'll see you guys next time, whenever that may be. Goodbye.